Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, welcome back to another video, welcome if you are new. Today is a very exciting day. We are heading up to Scotland for a little holiday. We are driving all the way up, so we're currently at a petrol station stocking up. I have my tandem read, so I need to start off with Empire of Storms and get to chapter 5, which is here. So this is my kind of entertainment for the way up. We stopped off in M&S and picked up loads of snacks. We spent £30 on snacks, all purchased, and let's go. We're now at the next service station and we've been driving for about 3 hours, so we've made some decent progress. We're now north. We're in the north and I've made some decent progress with my little Throne of Glass tandem read. I would say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, about a tenth of the way through. I'm there. I'm just ticking them off as I go. So I'm on chapter 4 of Tower of Dawn and chapter 11 of whatever EOS is, Empire of Storms. I have to say I find this series really confusing because there are so many characters. I have a Tumblr post, which is also iconic. Well, it's a Tumblr blog, but yeah, a Tumblr post open of all the Throne of Glass characters and what their link is to each other. There are quite a lot of spoilers in it, so I've only really been using it for the last couple of books, because in the first ones I was able to keep up, and then there's just more and more characters. I wouldn't recommend using it at the beginning, but if you get a bit lost, I would say I started using it from whatever the one is before the tandem read, and it didn't ruin anything for me. We are currently up near just north of Doncaster. We've had to stop off at a service station because our right tyre pressure has suddenly dropped. Next up is Newcastle, and then heading up to Edinburgh and then across to Glasgow. Another petrol station, another check-in. It is now 4:30. We are about 15 minutes away from our hotel. We've just stopped up because this petrol station was really cheap, but making decent progress. I'm about this far through both of the books. The tandem read is starting to it's really fun, but it's also quite annoying that you have to constantly swap books all the time. And Alex is going to go pay for the petrol. And yeah, we'll be there very, very soon. I very much enjoyed being passenger princess, but also Alex just prefers to drive, so who am I to rob him of that joy? We've made it to the hotel we are staying at night 1, a place called Rue, which is next to Helensburgh. So we're basically we've finished all the motorways, we're staying here overnight, and then tomorrow we do all the cute little roads up north. We've just arrived. It is 5 o'clock. I think we're gonna take an hour or so just to decompress, and then we're gonna go ahead for a little walk out and about, and then we're gonna go downstairs for dinner. We're staying at a Green King hotel pub combo, so there's loads of food downstairs and a bar and a pub, and then tomorrow we have breakfast, which is very nice. I haven't stayed in a hotel that includes breakfast for a long time. I'm on page 335 of Tower of Dawn and page 262 of Empire of Storms. Well and truly ticking off my little progress ticks. So we're coming up to halfway through. It's a little bit tedious swapping from one book to the other, but it's still quite fun. But this is the hotel room. So I'm currently in front of the window. We've got a bed behind us. I'm sat at a kind of table and chairs situation. And then you've got a desk over there, wardrobe, mirror, bathroom through there. But yeah, I think it's glorious sunshine outside. The view out this window leaves some things to the imagination, but you can still see a glorious blue sky and a fly. But yeah, we're looking at the top of the pub, but it does the job. Camera's doing some really weird stuff, but it is the next day. It is currently 9:15. We've been downstairs, we've had breakfast, we're now ready to leave, and I have pretty much finished these books. I've got this much left of Tower of Dawn. We're going to drive up probably to Loch Ness and then I don't know where the day takes us. I think the weather's supposed to turn this afternoon, so... This isolated thing. Currently sat by the side of Loch Ness, having a sandwich. So I'm eating the M&S roast chicken and sweet corn sandwich. Got a Coke. Alex is eating salmon and cream cheese. And we're looking over Loch Ness. And the weather is starting to turn. Like, it's starting to get, probably see it out the window, a bit grayer, a bit more miserable. Like, it's going to start raining. I think we're going to drive down the side of Loch Ness and then pop onto the Isle of Skye, which is where we're staying tonight. And then I don't really know. It's basically been driving for the last 2 days because it's such a long drive up to Scotland, but it's been very nice. Yeah, and then tomorrow we get the ferry over to Harris and then we are finally at our destination. I'm currently reading Burned, which is, I don't know, like book 6, I think, in the House of Night series. That's the plan. We've arrived at the next hotel. We're on the Isle of Skye, just over the bridge that connects it to like mainland Scotland. I think the plan is, we went to Skye with my 2 best mates last year and there was a cafe near here which was actually really good. So we think we're going to pop down there and grab a drink. So I am doing the audio on my phone because you're like an awkward distance away from me, but it is quite a lot later. We ended up having the most hilarious dinner. So there's a co-op opposite this hotel and we'd both kind of had enough of having like quite big meals out without doing like a huge amount of exercise between. So we ended up going to co-op, buying like a garden side salad, buying some cooked chicken and a tin of sweet corn and then like a glaze type thing and kind of making our own little salads. And it was actually perfect. It was exactly what I needed and I'm so glad we did it. And then we've just been sat on the bed reading some more books. So I'm reading Funny Story by Emily Henry and I'm currently on page 283. I think I bought 7 books or 8 books on this holiday and I'm already on book 4. So I'm rapidly going through them, but I downloaded the trilogy of The Daughter of the Pirate King. Got book 1 and book 2 from the library, although I actually don't get them until later during this week. And then I've sourced book 3 another way and I think that will be my source of entertainment when I finished these books. I also have Hunting Adeline, which I bought as an ebook. So I do have some other books other than the physical ones, but I'm working my way through them quite quickly. But yeah, it's been a very chill evening. It's absolutely freezing and the weather is very windy and wet. So we went and sat in a cafe, we had 2 pots of tea. I had a scone and Alex had a piece of cake. Then we came back here, read a bit, had our weird makeshift dinner. I had a shower. The shower here is delightful. And then I read more of my book. And that's kind of all we've done this evening. Yeah, we're on the Isle of Skye and then tomorrow we get on the ferry over to a different island and then we actually do arrive at the final destination and we arrive the day before Alex's family, so we have a bit of time to settle, but the car is packed full of food and stuff, so it's going to take some time to get that all empty. But in the meantime, I'm going to sit here and probably finish off this book. I'm really enjoying it. I think Funny Story is usually people's least favourite Emily Henry, but I think I still prefer Happy Place, which is the only other book from her that I've read. But I'm actually really enjoying this book. Ew. I feel like so far this video is just me in the car. We are currently at the port waiting to get on the boat over to, I don't know if it's called the Isle of Harris or whether the area is just called Harris. I probably should know where I'm going. Yeah, the Isle of Harris. And we're waiting for the boat to get us over there. We arrived here at 8:30 for a 9:15 departure. It's currently 11:20. and we are still waiting. So I imagine it's going to be some time until we head off. Basically, it's really, really windy. I mean, it has calmed down a lot since we're here, and the boat has now actually departed the port it was leaving from to come here. So at least we should be on the move in about 2 hours, which means our total delay is about 5 hours, which is pretty nuts, but there's not much we can do about it. We have been sat in the car periodically turning the power on and turning the power off. Alex has now gone out to go to the loo and grab some drinks because we're both really thirsty, but hopefully we'll be on our way soon. Finished the book I was reading. I was reading the next book in the House of Night series called Awakened, and then I've got out Crooked Kingdom, which is the second book in the Six of Crows duology. Haven't started it yet though, but I got it out of the boot, ready.
I was like, wow, that is like...
It's 1:45 and we are still waiting, but it's been a slow morning. Hi, we're currently suffering from a power outage, but apart from that, we are currently at the cottage. So we have no heating, no electricity, no nothing, but we are here. We've now unpacked. I've popped everything in the wardrobe behind me. So I don't know if I've actually said, we're here for Alex's dad's 60th birthday, and we've just got a week up here in the Outer Hebrides. Fire is going. We've only managed to just about get it to like actually light up because it's so windy outside that the wind keeps putting the fire out. But I think we've just about got it going. We had the same problem all the time in our fire at home, so luckily we have some experience. But well, I say we, Alex has experience, and it's so cold in here, and there was a power cut so we couldn't heat it.
No, I'm not.
It's now the next day. It is Sunday. It's Easter Sunday. I'm not gonna lie, it's like nearly 10 o'clock. We've had breakfast. I've got hiccups. We've had breakfast. I've been reading on the sofa. I'm currently reading the second book in the cat and mouse duet, so Hunting Adeline. It's quite dark. Like, the first book was dark enough, but the second book is like dark. Anyway, not quite the book I had in mind for a bank holiday weekend. The rest of Alex's family, so his dad, his mum, his brother and his brother's partner are on a ferry pretty soon, and they'll arrive here at about 3 o'clock. So we have about 5 hours until we're not alone anymore. I don't know how much I'll actually end up filming once they're here because one, they don't know about this, and two, I don't really want to shove anything in their face. It might be from here on out just a load of like montage-y clips, mainly filmed from my phone, but I just wanted to say good morning. The sun is like trying to come out in the distance, but it's still a pretty grey day today, but at least it's not raining. It basically rained solidly for the last 24 hours, and it's now started to like ease off a little bit. In fact, I think actually on Wednesday it's supposed to be sunny, which will be so nice. We have a plan to go to one of the islands not far from here on one day, which is to like book a day trip to go and do. But apart from that, I don't necessarily think we have many like plans. I think it's quite a planless holiday, which actually is quite nice considering how beautiful this house is. Like, this house is insane. This view is insane. Let me show you. Like, look at that. It is the following day. Yesterday, I'm not gonna lie, we ended up just like staying in the house, catching up. Alex and I then made lasagna, and that was basically it. At the moment, we're all kind of waking up in our own time. It's currently 9 o'clock, and I've just been sat here in bed with my cup of tea and YouTube, just like chilling out, so. So we've made it back from our little day trips. We went to, well, the boys all went and did some whiskey tasting while me and Sophie, my mother-in-law, went and had some drinks in a cafe. And then we all met up for lunch, had lunch, went to a tweed shop. We also went to like a little local crafty place, bought some prints, bought a tea cozy, bought a Christmas decoration, I bought a new bookmark, and then we went and watched someone make tweed, which was actually really interesting. I honestly love this kettle, and it's reminding me we desperately need to buy a new kettle at home. Like, also, the place we're staying at has the most stunning mugs. Like, look at these mugs. They're from the White Company, and I love them a lot, and I kind of want one. They've got this little like star on them. It is a gloriously sunny day today. Like, it's actually stunning. Like, look at this. I've opened the window to let some fresh air in. So yeah, we are heading out today for a drive basically to the other end of the island. There's these like standing stones we're going to go look at, and then there are what they call dark houses, which are basically how people used to live on this island like back in the day. And then I forget what the third thing is we're seeing over that end of the island. So I'm going to go head upstairs, have some breakfast, and then yeah, we're going to go head off and explore. Now a fair few days later. We are actually just outside Edinburgh heading back home. So it's now Saturday. I don't even remember the last thing I spoke to you about. It was just really hard to like find time to chat. So it's quite a few days later, but we had the most incredible time. The weather on Wednesday when we went to St Kilda and on Thursday when we went to the beach was just second to none. Friday it then absolutely chucked it down and we didn't really do that much. We kind of went to have a really nice dinner and then went shopping and bought some bits, and then we basically just went back and sat around. And then now it's Saturday, so lots of stuff, but like most of it, or at least the interesting bits, you will have already seen. But we are currently at the Dalmahoy Hotel just outside Edinburgh, near Edinburgh Airport. We were here about a year ago, just under a year ago, with Sophie and Alex, and we came and stayed in Scotland with them. So we have been to this hotel before, and we're just staying here for the night to like rest our heads because we've done 6 hours of driving today. We've got 6 hours of driving. Well, we've had more than 6 because if you include the drive to the ferry, and then there's like the 2-hour ferry trip. So we've done a lot of travelling today. We've got 6 hours or 6.5 hours left tomorrow, and then we will arrive home. Did I read enough books? I've also got 3 ebooks I also read on this holiday. So I read all of these books and 3 more. Anyway, these will need to go back on the bookshelf at some point, but I'm just gonna that will do. I am now home, as you can very much tell. I've also got a spot that's bleeding on my head. Great. I'm home, we've made it home. I ended up driving for the majority of the route home, so I'm now tired. It is 4:30. We have unpacked the car. We've unpacked most things. I now just have a couple of bits on my desk to pop away. Things like the books, makeup, bits like that. So that's gonna be my plan for the rest of the afternoon. I'm just gonna take it slow, unpack a few bits, mentally prepare to go back to work tomorrow. But yeah, this is it. This is me home. We have finished the trip up to Scotland. It was everything I wanted. I had the best time, honestly, such a lovely week. The north of Scotland is truly stunning. I've now done Mallaig and I've done the Isle of Harris, and in the process we've also done St Kilda, Lewis, Skye. That's all I've done in the north of Scotland, but it's quite a lot and I think it's all stunning. And then we've done Glasgow, Edinburgh, and wherever we stayed on the way up. So yeah, I really hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, give this video a thumbs up. Click subscribe because we have some more travel plans throughout the rest of the year because your girl turns 30 in October. So yeah, I hope you guys will stick around for that. And yeah, I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!